Everyone's been
we
busy.
choose a topic for January? I'm glad we did.
I'm super glad we did.
I'm super glad we did too.
Hey, I'm glad we chose this topic and we dove in the way we did. I'm excited for the other ones that are coming that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like more fun.
Yeah,
more,
a
like,
little
great,
light.
Stimulating.
Something a little lighter is coming.
Finances
next.
Finances,
we got real with it. We spent time actually learning what's going on, and we just hit the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more, but we've started the journey and we're gonna continue. I mean, we've set up a lot of good things this month just by taking some time to learn.
Exactly.
And that is what we wanted out of this. So success. The whole reason why we chose this topic is because we kept skirting around our finances and actually being serious about learning about them and just saying, oh, we'll do that later. Right. And then we kept finding ourselves in the same position where we were just unhappy by the fact that we were just letting things slip by.
Frustrated.
And we weren't really paying attention and we weren't taking the time to learn. So we were just telling ourselves the story, oh, we're just not good at it. It's too confusing. It's built for us to fail. And this month has really proved that completely false.
Right. And we mentioned before, there's still so much to this.
Right.
We only scratched the surface. We're still going to continue down the path of learning the best ways to keep it going, because we would lean in, but then it would dwindle back. It's the same kind of way bringing in. So yeah, it's been really, really good to get into this. So we're going to do our wrap up and explain what we pulled from our sources and the things that we utilize to succeed. I think the big ones that we both saw in the things that we were doing was the automation aspect. How to set up systems so that you can like front load your effort, get your money to work for you in ways where it just goes into these different places, so you can ease off the stress about it. Yeah,
so you don't have to think about it on a monthly basis. Just take care of it one time where you sit down and you really think about how much do I want to put in each bucket. So it takes a little bit of time, and you have to decide, and at least decide with something, even if it's $5. It really comes down to just starting. It's kind of like setting up a Google Calendar invitation or event that's reoccurring, and say this is on auto repeat every Thursday at 6 p.m. This is what I got to do. It's the same thing that you're doing with your finances. One of the big themes that came up in some of the things that we were reading about is to really seek out advice from experts who specialize in looking at somebody's situation and looking at their accounts and what they have going on, and then creating a customized plan. And specifically, these are folks who are called fiduciaries. So there is a legal obligation to give financially sound advice. They're not trying to just make money off of you.
It's not like just a stockbroker. You
want to look for somebody who's fee-based, not commission-based. We talked to a fiduciary that was the option that really spoke to us is doing just a quick checkup where you spend about 4 hours?
4 hours, two 2-hour sessions.
2 2-hour sessions, and then he's able to look at everything that you've got going on and able to help assist you with your savings plan, your retirement fund, and your budgeting. So, and make sure that you have the right portfolio mix.
One thing that I pulled from mine that I implemented in mine was to readjust where I was banking, where I've been a Wells Fargo person, and it was just the realization of all these fees that I was accruing. If you don't have a certain amount, then you get charged, even if it's like $10 a month or whatever. It's like there's all these like little fees and minimums that are there. So I switched banks and got a different one. I started a Charles Schwab account, and that's no minimums, no fees. They do ATM reimbursements, and it connects you right to an investment account as well. And that's been real nice. It works the same. I got a card, I have the bills going to it, and it feels good to like kind of let go.
It's really looking at the fine print of the fees or any kind of conditions that could lead to you losing money. Where you put your money, you want to make sure that it stays there and hopefully it grows there. If you can find something where it's growing, even better. Speaking of growing money, creating a high interest savings account where you can watch that money grow just by having it in there. And the more you have, the more it grows. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? If you can increase your money just by leaving it somewhere, not messing with it, do that. That's free money. I mean, that if you can find little loopholes like that, yes. We both use a Capital One 360 account right now for our savings. The reason why we like it is because it's separate from our checking account. So we just use that account for our savings, and there's no card connected to it. And to transfer money out of it takes about 5 to 7 days, which means that you can make impulsive purchases because you know that that's going to take, you have to plan ahead. It's been really great for saving money because you really just kind of forget about it. It's not the account that you check every day or even once a month. You kind of just leave it there. And they also have an automation feature so you can connect it to your regular checking account.
You can have shared accounts. Where we have a shared one. You can have sub accounts if you want to save for buying land or whatever. You can build these little pieces there and start feeding in these different areas with the automation system that you set up. So it works well for now. Yeah, I think it's good to keep looking at interest rates and make sure that we get the best deal that we can. But for now, it's been really helping us with making sure that we're saving money and that we're not thinking about saving. It's just happening. Yeah, and so I think our last bit, which is a big bit and a very deep bit, is to start investing in yourself now. Start exploring what's available with your employer and building the 401k, or you can open up your own IRA if you start an investment account like with the Schwab thing as I mentioned previous.
Which stands for individual retirement account.
You just have to start as soon as you can. Putting in towards the future and start investigating the best route that's available for you to do that and start just feeding into it.
Time is really the secret ingredient here. So the sooner you can do this, and really any piece that you can start putting towards this, it will really make a big difference.
Which circles back into talking to an expert that's going to help you set yourself up for your particular situation. This person is trained to understand the nuances of the subject and is there to help and provide a beautiful picture for you. So
it's worth that investment.
All these pieces fuse together so that we can live a better future and live a better present.
In the book that I'm reading, they use the metaphor of it's kind of like going through the jungle. There are lots of things that could really hurt you along the way if you don't know what you're doing. So you want to make sure that you choose the right guide to walk you through it and make sure that you are aware of the things that could get in the way and that you're prepared for them and you're really prepared for all different kinds of situations. So don't try to just go at it alone and just run through and risk things and be like, well, I don't know, so I'll just go for it. Always spend the extra time reading the fine print and really understanding what's going on. If you don't know, just ask and find a person who can really give you the right kind of guidance. Because we're definitely not experts. We are far from it. And if there's one thing that we know, we are total newbies at finances. Maybe you've been able to relate to that if you're in a similar position of just trying to figure out what's going on. We feel you, so are we, but you can totally do it. And there's
just be inspired to dive in. It's worth it. It's worth it. Even the small pieces that we've got has already helped us. We've already implemented. Just go for it. See what's out there. The resources are aplenty. We read one book each and looked at articles and applied what we did, and it's already been beneficial. So
just have focus. Go for it. And especially if you think you're the kind of person that's not good at it, that means you should go for it and like really learn about it and take the time. And as soon as we made that our intention,
Yes.
we learned a whole lot, and I feel a lot more confident.
I do too.
Understanding what to look for and how to really assess the situation and make smart decisions.
That's right.